Ladies and gentlemen, Jagex has dropped the demonic packs and we have filled out the board. Now, for those in the stream chat, say hi to your mum on YouTube because this is going on the channel. For those that missed, we solved this entire board. There's hundreds of questions. They're fucking difficult, but we managed to finish them all. It took me about 2.5 hours. No cheat sheets, a little bit of help from the chat. We kind of solved them together. Fucking difficult questions. I will not be uploading that, however, because that's a lot of footage to upload. What I will be doing is you can watch it on my Kick at kick.com/Conda. The whole video replay will be there, or even on this YouTube stream that I did today. So let's focus on what we got here and let's talk about the demonic packs and what the hell they mean. Also, I will provide a link in the description down below. We've just received in the Discord a cheat sheet that you can use anyway. Thank you to Old School Minge. He just posted that about 30 seconds ago. I'll put this link in the description or join the Discord down below and you can grab the cheat sheet all you want. But let's look at the board here. Now, initial thoughts straight away. Please chat if you have a different opinion. Let me know. My initial thoughts immediately looking at this entire board and looking at the what each skill has to offer. I personally think mage is shit and weak and not for me. I won't be going mage. It leans a lot into elemental. Either you use the Turmeric and Shadow and you have a lot of damage, or you rely on elemental spells and elemental weaknesses, and which can be used with ancient magics as well. Which, in my opinion, is not worth my time because I feel like if you're not going Kandarin, which is a pretty lifeless region, you're just not going to get. You're pretty much sacrificing a region for the Devil's Element to then have to sit there and have no bosses, have no raid. Like if you go swamp as well, there's no point going for half the Zenite jewelry. If they don't allow respecking, they should. Hopefully they allow respecking. We don't know how many points you get yet, as far as I know. You're not going to be able to spec into everything. This works similar to a PoE tree. It is like a face. Yeah, it's a dragon medium helmet. But to me, you're not going to be able to spec into everything. It's like PoE or Diablo where you can only spec a certain amount of times. You can spec any way you want. You can spec any path that you want, but just know that there are limits. For example, all attacks have 50% prayer penetration up to 100%. Those are all over the board. You don't want to go over 100%. You don't want to go over 90%, otherwise it's a waste of a spec point. You can respec in a way. Sani confirmed it. So you can respec somehow. How you'll be able to respec, we're not sure yet. There'll be some sort of... Yama will likely punish you for respecing. Or somehow. We don't know. You have 5 unlockable regions. You start with Valamor. You get Karamja for free very early. Then you can pick 3 other regions. In any order you want. Echo boss fights are the exact same mechanics as last year, but the Echo weapons are different, except the Drug or Pipe might be slightly different, and same for the Prif one. I think range looks really good, but range, I think crossbows are the play, because at the end here, you have crossbows always max hit, which is massive. And you have one here that's crossbows attack 2 ticks slower, but deals 70% more damage. You have double accuracy roll, or accuracy rolling twice, along with all the other accuracy boosts you get. Increased range damage. Range strength increased by 1 for every 10 hit points difference between your current hit points and hit point levels. So you stay low health, you'll be able to hit fucking hard. And there was, I think it's just for throne, isn't it? Range echoes, trigger off each other. 50% chance to trigger range echoes. Like, there's a lot of damage potential there. And if you go wilderness, there's a crossbow echo weapon from KBD, which would go really fucking hard here. Because I believe it's got Ice Barrage type damage. Valamor Crimes and 3 picks, yes. So I would say if you're going to go range, you don't have to go with wilderness. I would highly recommend it. I would definitely recommend looking at chasing crossbows if you're going to go range. You can go T-bow still. Like there's a bow path, crossbow path, and thrown objects path. You'll likely be able to do all of them. And on the outside here, whenever you max hit from at least 3 tiles away, your next hit is from a different style, deals 25% bonus damage. So if you've got guaranteed max hit on a crossbow, let's assume you have Zaret crossbow, guaranteed max hit of like 60 something with Dragon Bolts. Increase that by 70%. Increase that by all the extra range strength bonus you get. Plus, be further than 3 tiles away from a target. Bonus 25% damage on your second hit. And if you have an offhand, you get bonus 5% range, like 5 range. You're going to be fucking smacking shit, you know? You're going to be hitting harder than Ruby Bolts. Thrown weapon looks better than crossbow. It might do, yeah, thrown weapon. The only difference is crossbows have longer range, harder hits, and there is the echo weapon. I don't think there's a thrown weapon. There is a bow from Hespori, which could be good with these, where your bow's minimum hit is increased by 1, capping at 15% of your base max hit. The bonus is hard when you take damage that you couldn't pray against. So as long as you play well, the bows can be good. Thrown weapons equipped increase your accuracy by 60. And when you're using thrown weapons, so darts, this doesn't include a blowpipe, I believe. Oh, blowpipes are thrown? Okay, so blowpipe, there you go. You'll hit an additional nearby target. But I don't think there's 1-tick blowpipe this year. So just be aware that it will still be 2-tick, which is still great. Range strength is increased by 80% of your melee strength. So you can wear Torva, which would be good here. Ralos build, yeah, shit like that. What's up, Depressed? How you doing, man? It's good to see you. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. So range build does look pretty strong, pretty promising. Mage build, have a quick look at it anyway. Regenerates runes, and based on the runes that you regenerate, based on you get certain bonuses. So air gives you prayer back. Water runes being regenerated heals you. Fire increases your damage of your next spell when you regenerate them. So wrath spells are pretty strong. And then earth spells will increase your defense. Boring. Other buffs in here, these are the standard buffs you get along the way, regenerating runes. Now this is where your powered stars are sped up by 3 ticks. All one-handed powered stars have their max hit reduced by 8, which kind of sucks, especially since Kandarin gives you a one-handed power staff. But big for the shadow. Regenerating charges from powered stars or wand also regenerate 1 water rune. So you can take these elemental rune, like the fire one, increasing your damage, and incorporate that with your powered stars for extra damage. Fire spells, they'll burn your health and do more damage as well. So you can incorporate all that damage. Ancient magics are elemental, based on which one you want. Sorry, I keep pressing the wrong F key. And then at the end here, you've got ultimates based on which elemental spells you want to use. Fire, hits apply 1 burn, max 5, and bounce up to 2 nearby targets. Earth spells, deal additional flat damage based on your current defense. So that's good if you're running earth spells. Water spells, hits bounce back to you, healing you for the 60% of the damage you deal. Or air spells have a 1% chance to max hit for every 1 prayer bonus. So there's a lot of different methods, but you kind of want to stick to one elemental spell. And I think it doesn't excite me because I'll probably want to run a shadow more than I want to run elemental spells. I think melee looks the most fun. Once again, I pretty much always go melee, I find, in leagues because it always is the most fun. And they've really fucking cooked here, in my opinion, because... bias, I know. Your minimum hit is increased already when attacking with a melee weapon. Your minimum hit when attacking with a melee weapon is increased by 3. So you're already getting a good DPS boost. Then you've got the choice to go like a defensive route where you have thorns, like a recoil effect on everything, increase your defense. You have a 1.1% chance per defense level to reflect all damage back to the attacker while you're wearing a shield, which is big. Then you have recoil and thorns, dealing an additional 1% damage to your total defense bonus, which is massive with Justy if you're going Mauritania or Din's Bulwark. And then you've got the effect triggering twice. Basically, something hits you, you just smack it back twice as hard. Absolutely fucking disgusting damage. I'm probably not going to go that way, though. You have a 10% chance to heal based off of the distance between you and your target when doing a melee weapon or thorns attack, which is pretty big. Melee weapons that are under 1 kilo increase your melee strength by 20% of your strength level, which is big. Echo uniques guaranteed on first KC. No, I think it's usually like 10 or 15 KC. It's pretty common. So there is a pity drop. Melee strength increased by 50% of your Worn Prayer bonus, which is, again, pretty huge. But the main one is the ults here, which we saw the Thorns one. You've got, whenever you deal damage with melee weapons, you restore 2% special attack energy per hit, which is kind of big, especially if you're going to be speeding up your attack speed, which I believe melee's weapons under 1 kilo attack 1 tick faster. I love this blind bag thing. So for each unique heavy melee weapon in your inventory, your chance of a blind bag trigger is increased by 2% up to a maximum of 10%. So what blind bag is, which is, I believe, here. Where's blind bag? Blind bag. So each melee attack with a heavy melee weapon over 1 kilo, usually two-handed weapons, has a % chance to trigger an instant blind bag attack. So blind bag, it'll automatically attack your current target with a random heavy melee weapon in your inventory as though you have it equipped, ignoring all stat requirements and attack delay. Blind bag attacks can trigger additional blind bag attacks but cannot trigger from its special attack. So basically, if you're super lucky and you max out the stacks, you could hit someone with a scythe and then your guy would just eld them all, and it could go, while very rare, indefinitely. But you could just stack on stack on stack. Eld them all, sorry per axe, yeah, God Swords. The heavier, the better. The harder hitting, the better. The best part is, if your melee weapon attack range is at least 4, it's increased to 7. All halberds slower than 5 ticks have their attack rate set to 5 ticks. So I think Prif or Mauritania, one of those two, are almost essential if you're going melee, in my opinion. Your max hit when attacking enemies with a weapon is increased by 4%, and an additional 4% for every 3 tiles of distance between you. So that's going to stack with this for more max hit. Whenever you attack an enemy from 2 tiles away, with any style, you restore 2% of special attack energy, which is going to stack with this here. So you're looking at 4% special attack. This just says attack. This doesn't say hit as well, by the way. So it means even if you miss, I'd imagine you get special attack back. And melee range is doubled while using two-handed weapons. Basically, Noxious Halberd and Crystal Halberd are going to be massive. That's what that's telling me. Excuse me, sorry. I keep on pressing the wrong key. I think that's just so big. For each unique heavy melee weapon in your bag, it's more. Yeah, I think, I don't know. Does that basically mean, unless someone can identify another weapon, that pretty much means only halberds will benefit from this, right? Halberds will become 7. Yeah, so you're gonna want Noxious Halberd with like 5 Eldermauls in your bag. So I feel like Mauritania is going to be a massive region if you're going melee. And on top of that, you can then get Justy if you want to get any defense relics as well. That could be pretty big, man. Bloodbag says unique weapon. You might be right. No, it says random heavy weapon, right? Attack your current target with a random heavy melee weapon in your inventory as though you have it equipped, ignoring all stat requirements. I don't think it has to be. There's no dog sword. I don't think it needs to be unique, unless I'm wrong. Oh, right here, for each unique heavy weapon. I see, okay. So you'd probably go Eldermaul and then 4 different God Swords, right? I'd imagine each God Sword is unique. Or do you reckon all one God Sword, all God Swords, like it'll identify them all as the same, you reckon? Don't know. Then again, you could also have Scythe because it'll hit 3 times as well. Each will be unique, surely? Surely, yeah. So I'd say Asgarnia, Theatre of Blood, Mauritania, Asgarnia. That's pretty dirty. That's pretty cooked. I think I'm going melee for sure. That's a very quick rundown on each tier. You can definitely solve this yourself. Hopefully Jagex just releases it all in a day or 2. And all the info will be on the website. But I think melee is going to be a massive fucking region. I think, again, it's my personal playstyle, my opinion. But I think mage is a noob trap. And it's trying to give Kandarin some love, and it's just not fucking worth it. I'd be very careful going with mage. I would. But that's just my humble opinion. Professional and well-educated, humble opinion. And that's all we got there from Jagex, I think. That took fucking hours, man. Holy shit. This is the easiest move in the raid. It's quite simple. You got a big boy. Look at him. God damn. Fuck me. Look at that boy. It's huge.